again, and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover as we got an update from Snoop Dogg, who recently expanded on why he dissed Suge Knight on his new album. And we also got more from Ed Sheeran, who recently took a lie detector test and he was asked a couple of Eminem questions. And if we are to believe that the experiment is legit, he passed with flying colors, as you'd see. And we also got more from Flav, who recently spoke about Eminem in an interview, and his comments have triggered a lot of Eminem haters on social media, as you'd see later. And today we'll be starting with the 16th anniversary of Relapse that dropped on the 15th of May 2009 and opened to first week sales of 608,000 copies sold in the United States. And while many fans today may not know this, but it initially opened to mixed reviews from fans and was quite similar to Revival for those who were there to witness, although this has changed in recent years as it is now considered a cult classic, to the point that now we can even see some posts like these pop up on social media. Happy 16th anniversary to the greatest album made. And right now, global estimates stand at over 9 million copies sold, and Relapse marked the first time since Eminem was signed that a studio album failed to sell over 10 million copies globally.
Bruh.
And before we head to the next point, here's a question for you guys. Between Relapse and Recovery, which is the better album? And moving on to the next point, we got an update to the story we covered in the last video when Snoop dissed Suge Knight on his latest album, claiming that Suge is mad because now Snoop owns everything that he once had, like Death Row Records. And in an interview on Real 92.3 LA, we got to hear from Snoop Dogg about why he chose to indulge. Check out a snippet.
For many years, I've been really extending the olive branch and being positive and, trying not to pay attention because I got too much shit to do. And, it felt like when I bought Death Row, that struck a nerve. But I didn't do nothing to put more fire. I was actually showing what it should be. And it's like, it gets to a certain point, like I was explaining to my son, I'm from the hood. You can't keep throwing rocks at me and bullying me and think I ain't gonna say nothing or do nothing. I can't do nothing because you in PC, but I can say so. And I'm only gonna say it one time. You're only gonna get one verse. You're not getting a whole song. You're not getting all that energy. You're getting one verse, checking the shit out of you with truth. Why you lying?
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
And for those who missed it, clearly this interview from The Art of Dialogue caught Snoop's attention when Suge was going off on Snoop Dogg after the purchase happened.
Snoop, you said I'm mad because you bought Death Row? What you buy? Set me up. Show me where y'all paid the money to buy it. Show me how you and Mike, as y'all want to call a rat, own the company. Show me the paperwork. Show me what you own. Now, you were representing Death Row when you was on Death Row. I gave you your label. You had Doggy Style, and I gave you the money to start that label. Remember, you had an artist named Trade E. Trade E, you put out. You never paid him. He shoot your house up. You take the video, take it to the DA. The DA looks at the video, arrest Trade E, who's on Doggy Style, and they tell him, either you're going to get life or you can take a deal for 10 years. Trade E went and took the deal for 10 years. Now, let's not remember, you was running Def Jam. Did you do anything good for Def Jam? Absolutely not.
And now this has sparked reactions all over the place, as on one end, some have given props to Snoop Dogg. Salute to Snoop. Suge obviously doesn't understand streaming. Death Row is blazing right now. While on the other end, some find it distasteful that Snoop decided to diss Suge Knight in 2025. Check it out. Snoop a goofy, dissing dudes while they in jail, LOL. And speaking on the quality of the latest album, it seems that fans are also split on the quality, as on one end we got some users pushing the narrative that rappers like Snoop need to retire. Check this out for instance. Do not let Snoop Dogg or Too Short make another album. It is way past their prime. But to be honest, in our last coverage, we asked the question on which is the better album, Missionary with Dr. Dre or the latest album, Is It a Crime? And we got this post from a user. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the 20 song track list for Is It a Crime, my first initial thought was, why 20 songs? And who the hell are these unknown guest rappers? And where the hell is the Lady of Rage at? She's not on the album. But as I started to listen to the album, I can't front. I've listened to the first 4 songs. Snoop came with some heat. I think this album so far is better than Missionary.
Really?
Really?
And I'll throw this question over to you guys. I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comment section. From those who have listened to Is It a Crime? What are your thoughts on the album? And moving on to the next point, we got Ed Sheeran on Vanity Fair, and he took the lie detector test, and it got to the segment where he was asked some questions about some of the claims he's made about Eminem's music in the past, including questions on his current relationship with M. And this was how it went.
You learned Eminem's lyrics to help you get rid of your stutter.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make you Eminem's biggest stan?
I mean, obviously I like him, but there's definitely people that take it to like a different level.
True.
Which verse was the hardest to learn?
A verse on, he has a song called Criminal, it's the last verse. Windows did it on my ride when I drive it. When you have a stutter, all of that's quite difficult.
When you first met him, did you reveal that you used him to get rid of your stutter?
No, he'd heard it already. There'd been like chatter online about it, but he had heard that. We talked about Marvel films.
Which is your favorite?
Marvel? Iron Man? Probably.
Truthful.
Thanks.
Did you ever call him Marshall?
Yeah, it gets to a point where it's weird to call him Eminem because everyone in his circle calls him Marshall, and just gets to a point that if you aren't doing it, then you're not in the circle, sort of thing.
Does it feel weird to call him Marshall?
Yeah, super weird.
Truthful.
So clearly, if the experiment is legitimate, his statement about how Eminem's lyrics helped him get over his stutter is actually a legendary full circle moment, seen as he grew up to become a musician and has now had multiple collaborations with the rapper whose lyrics were literally life-changing for him. And in response to his comment about how in the inner circle they refer to Eminem as Marshall, a user expanded with, "This is hilarious, by the way, laughing emojis. I would start calling Eminem Marshall like I'm in his inner circle, like the crazy stan I am. But take it easy, we don't want another Matthew Mitchell on the loose."
I mean, obviously I like him, but there's definitely people that take it to like a different level.
And moving on to the next point, we got to hear from Flav once again about how Eminem is his favorite rapper, and this one has sparked quite the conversations online. And before we get to it, now's a great time to like and subscribe to the channel if this content is up your street. Do us the honors. And here is the snippet from More Stories. Check it out.
The best battle rapper to me right now, to this day, and he's my favorite, is this guy that I'm wearing here Eminem. On my shirt.
Wow.
Eminem. Can't nobody fuck with Eminem. I don't care what nobody's saying. The reason why is because anybody that ever battled M took him out. I never heard anybody take Eminem out yet to this day. So if nobody could take you out, then that means you're the best.
But I can name a guy that nobody took out. But if I'm wrong, you can tell me I'm wrong. Before Eminem, KRS-One, I mean...
Yeah, nobody ever took out KRS-One
and he ended careers.
Huh?
He just took guys out of the business.
Yeah, he sure did. Come on, man, the Blast Master. That's the Blast Master, KRS-One.
So who wins in a rap battle between Eminem and KRS-One?
They've never battled.
I think the world would just come undone if... No, I know they never have, but who you got?
They've never battled.
Who you got?
I got both of them. And the reason why is because they're both my favorite. I'm sorry.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? They're both my favorite. I don't have favoritism between KRS-One and Eminem because they're both the GOATs. They're both the best and nobody's ever took them out.
And like we've come to expect, whenever a legendary rapper is giving props to M, the haters came out of the woodwork as we got reactions like Eminem was taken out by Mariah.
Serious?
KRS was taken out by Nelly, and this is hilarious because last we checked, Mariah's career hasn't been the same since 2009 as seen in her releases since then that have all flopped by Mariah's standard. She's never recovered, and it is at the point that the younger Gen Z audience believe that she's a Christmas artist, while at the same time, like we reported a few months back, the younger Gen Z audience got Eminem as their favorite rapper in 2024. Add that to the fact that The Warning is considered a top-tier diss track by many listeners, especially based on who it was aimed at, and I'm talking about the caliber of artist who Mariah was. As today, we all know that most rappers wouldn't dare say a thing about Taylor Swift, so people can make all the pop star jokes they want, but you know I am right. And we got some more where this came from. As another user expanded, any legit battle rapper would wipe the floor with both. Battle rap and diss tracks are two different sports, and this is like bragging about how any footballer today would wipe the floor with Maradona long after he retired. Now apply that analogy to battle rap and you'd understand what I'm talking about. Oh, and we got some more. 8 Mile isn't real, he ain't battled nobody. And some users had the time, skull emoji, he was literally a battle rapper before he got famous. There is lots of video proof that you are an idiot, plus all the word of mouth from countless battle rappers. And back on topic, when it comes to Flavor Flav, he's got a long history of proclaiming that Eminem is his favorite rapper. It didn't start today. Check out some highlights from the past.
Hey, yo, Eminem, Flavor Flav, right here in your spot. Eating some mom's spaghetti while it's still hot. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, let me tell you something. Thank you for shouting me out in your records, man. You be shouting Flavor Flav out in your records, man. I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? You the best rapper alive, bro. You need to know that. You know what I'm saying? So is mom's spaghetti.
I don't care how they try to color my man. It don't stop him from being number one. That's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? And being number one don't have no color, all right? You know what I'm saying? Word up, it don't have no color, man. You know, he's the best rapper alive right now, man. Can't nobody beat him out.
Music is for everybody that likes it. It doesn't have a race. It doesn't have a race. It don't, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have a color. I'm gonna tell you, man, Eminem, right now to this day, he's the best alive.